Over the past couple of weeks, we have gone through a couple trading methods and investments that cover Team of the Week players. This is methods such as the 1-2-3 method, Team of the Week method through the top major leagues, just bidding on Team of the Week players, and general investing to last over the Team of the Season SBCs. But in all of these videos, there are comments from you guys saying you're struggling to get these deals. You just keep on getting outbidded no matter the players you're looking at. So in today's video, I have got a Team of the Week trading method where you don't need to worry about bidding. We will be buying informs a couple thousand coins below the market value and relisting them to make a decent amount of profit. Before I do get into the video though, if you do enjoy the content here, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you'll always be notified when a new upload is pushed to the channel. If you do want the latest tips and tricks with FIFA Ultimate Team, there will also be links in the description down below to take you to everything that you need to know. This will be Twitter and also the Discord. Getting back into the video, when it comes to trading, I like bidding. I like seeing deals on the market a lot cheaper than the rest and bid on those players, win those deals, and then relist them for a fairly nice amount of profit. Methods such as sniping don't really suit what I want to do, even though some of the sniping methods can make the exact same amount of coins as what we've been showing here on the channel. This just comes down to preference. It's all up to what you want to do and what you enjoy doing. This is just something that I don't enjoy. But there are moments when buying players works out a lot better than bidding on players, and today is one of those moments. We'll be looking at Team of the Week players that were released ages ago. These players are extremely rare on the market, so when you search them up, you'll probably only find one page worth of players, all at different price points. Sometimes when you search these players, you'll be able to find players listed a lot lower than the rest of the market. This is where you can buy the player and list them a lot higher. This is exactly what we're going to be aiming to do. So for this method, it is a good idea to get one of those sites that share everything about FIFA Ultimate Team. I will be using FUT21, but there are other sites out there. On the site, you can see all the previous Team of the Weeks without needing to go back and forth through the FIFA menus just to see the different teams and then go to the transfer market. This way you can bring one of these sites up on your laptop, your PC, your phone, your tablet, whatever you're using, and just see the players and type them in on your console. So just go over to FUT21, click the Team of the Week archive, and here you'll find all the Team of the Weeks that have been released in FIFA 21. It will show the latest Team of the Week first, which is Team of the Week 33 for me, but it might be different for you, it depends on when you're watching this video. And all you need to do is go all the way back down, all the way to the first ever page, which would include Team of the Week 1. Team of the Week 1 includes Suarez, Ben Yedder, Bruno Fernandes, some very good players in here. You just want to search every single one of these players up in the transfer market, and as you search each player, you will notice there will only be a few on the market. All these players are extremely rare and have been since the start of the game. The first Team of the Week was released when FIFA wasn't available to everyone. This was when FIFA was starting to release. Those that had EA access were able to play the game. Those that were playing this game through the web app was also able to play, but they weren't able to add FIFA points to their account. Everyone else that did wait for the full game's release, which was 90% of the community, didn't get it until Team of the Week 2. So this team was always rare, but it has got a lot rarer over time because most of these players were then submitted into SBCs, and as they were never put in packs again, same with every other Team of the Week, it led to there never being an increase in the amount of these players on the market. But this does allow us to easily compare. You search the player price up, go through each player's price, see the lowest buy now, and if one is listed a lot lower compared to everything else, you can buy the cheapest one and relist it a lot higher for it to still be the cheapest one, but you're able to make a few thousand coins in profit. A good example of this is that I searched up Bednarak. There was only one page with only 9 players on this page. Most were listed anywhere between 25 to 30k, but there was one listed at 22k. I bought the one for 22k and listed them for 25,750 coins, giving me around 2,200 coins profit after EA tax. And all I had to do was search this player's name up, go across 9 players, and then go back to the cheapest one to relist them slightly higher. And this is all you need to do with every single player that you search. In the footage you're seeing throughout this video, I did only have 100k. This was because I bought a team recently, so I didn't bother looking at the likes of Suarez, Bruno Fernandes, or Ben Yedder, because I wouldn't have enough coins, and even if I did have enough coins, it would have meant that I was putting all my coins into one trade, which is never worth it. If you're in that position, do not do it. Look for a different trading method where you can diversify a lot more. So with my 100k, I was looking at the players that were on the cheaper end, going anywhere between 20 to 30k, that way I can get a few more deals. If you are someone that has got a lot more coins and this method does work with more coins, make sure that you're just bearing in mind the 5% EA tax, because this will start to add up to quite a bit, especially when you go above that 100k mark. With this method, you do need a bit of luck. You're relying on other people not fully understanding the market, so when they list a player, they're listing them a lot lower compared to the other players on the market. And this is where you would come in and buy them up. But because we're able to search loads of players very quickly, just go through each name, type in team of the week, you can find and compare these prices very easily. So you're able to search 2 or 3 players within a minute. And not every single player will give you a deal, but eventually you will find a player and it can give you a pretty good amount. With Bednarak, I did only make 2,000 coins, but you will be seeing within the footage, there are some players where I made a lot more, around 10,000 coins. And that made it worth me searching 10 previous players before that where I wasn't able to get a deal. You'll also notice when going through this method, and it might even put you off, that some of these players can go down to the last 10 minutes being the cheapest on the market by a few thousand coins. Because these players are already so rare, they're not really tracked that often. Those that use bots on the web app just to go and buy the cheapest deals and relist them so that they can always make coins, no one really bothers with these types of players, because there's only a few listed every single hour compared to the latest team of the weeks where they'll be listed every couple of seconds. So some of these players can actually get down to the last 10 or 15 minutes before anyone noticed that that's an amazing deal. That's 10, 20k below the cheapest on the market where you're able to make that profit very quickly. Don't let it put you off. Just make your judgment on whether or not that's a good deal, buy that player and then relist them so it's still the cheapest on the market. When there are players that are 10, 20k below the cheapest, I don't list it as the exact same as the cheapest. I'll still undercut it by 5k. That way, if there was a player that was 10k cheaper than the rest, I'm still able to make 5k profit whilst it's still being the cheapest for someone else to buy that player and relist them if they really want to try and make 5k themselves. This way, I am always just being safe. As soon as you've gone through all the names for the first team of the week, just move on to the next team of the week on FUT21 through the team of the week archive. This is team of the week 2, 3, 4, 5, and the list just carries on going on. You'll have to make the judgment of where you want to stop. If you get to a team where every single player that you search, there's 3 or 4 pages, it's probably not worth looking at that one anymore. That's when you'll stop and go all the way back to team of the week 1 and search again. It's also worth noticing that when you list these players, they can take some time to sell. Some of the players that I managed to get with my 100k sold instantly, made a very good amount of profit, whereas other ones did take a couple days. Because these players are so rare and limited, the prices are extremely volatile. You'll search one of these players and they could be going anywhere between 15 to 20k. 2-3 hours later, they're up to around about 30, 40k is the cheapest on the market. And then an hour after that, they are back down to that 15, 20k. This is just a rotation of where people are relisting their players. And as soon as you buy into one of these players, you are part of that rotation. So a lot of the times when you buy these players, you'll buy them, relist them, where it's going to give you 10k profit. And then you search that player's price a few hours later and it's dropped massively. I never undercut the market and bring my player price down. I just keep on relisting, because eventually I'll be part of the rotation where everyone else lower than me forgot to relist their players. I managed to relist mine and mine is now the cheapest on the market. This normally happens when you list for 12 hours overnight. With this method, you do need a bit of patience. This is why what I said earlier, it's not a good idea to put all your coins into one deal. Instead, break your coins down to go and get 10, 20 different deals. All of those will sell at completely different times, and some might sell within the first hour, others might take over 24 hours, pushing the 2 days, 3 days, but that's not a problem because you'll make coins from other trades where you're able to make a good amount, use those coins to buy even more players, and you just keep on scaling this up. If you need coins urgently, then that's a different question. It's probably best to go and look at one of the other trader methods here on the channel rather than this method. The last thing that I want to say is when you're searching some of these early team of the week players, you'll also notice that some of them have second or even third team of the week versions of that card. When you're looking at these types of players, you also need to bring in your own judgment. If you're finding an 82 rated version of that card going for 20k, but there's an 83 rated version going for 15k, probably not a good idea to buy the 20k version. This is where your judgment comes in. If a lower rated version of a card is more expensive than the higher rated version, probably not going to sell. When most people search that up, they would much rather go for the higher rated version than the lower rated version. And that might seem obvious, but weirdly enough, because of how rare some of these players are, some of them do get listed to be a lot higher than their higher rated version. It's incredibly weird, but this is the FIFA market. But anyway guys, this is a team of the week method for some of you guys that don't like bidding on these players, and it is actually a pretty decent one. You just need to spend some time searching every single player and buying the cheapest on the market, and also having a bit of patience when relisting them, because they don't always sell straight away. But that's perfectly fine because they do sell eventually. If you do want to talk more in depth about this method, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below, or you can go into the description and head over to the Discord. There we are always talking about the latest trading methods that I'm using and the latest investments. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.